WCNC Charlotte. This is Flashpoint, where power and politics collide and the tough questions get asked and answered.
Thanks for joining us here on Flashpoint. I'm Ben Thompson. This weekend, thousands are in Uptown to celebrate Pride here in the Queen City, and it couldn't come at a more critical time. This week, lawmakers in Raleigh passing several laws targeting the transgender community, and folks are fired up. Joining us now is Liz Shobe and Daniel Valdez, both with Charlotte Pride. Thank you both for coming on. We appreciate it. Happy Pride, I should say.
Happy Pride. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I want to go through some of these laws that were passed this past week up in Raleigh. You got a ban on trans women taking part in women's sports. You got a ban on doctors from offering any sort of gender-affirming care for minors. A ban on elementary schools from having any materials dealing with gender or sexuality. And that would also force teachers to out any of their trans students to that child's parents. I know we always say that Pride started as a protest and not a celebration. This is a reminder of that. So beyond this weekend, what implications do you worry these laws could have? I want to hear from you both, but Liz, I'll start with you.
Well, laws like this will have an impact for a long time, even if they end up becoming, scratched from the law in a few years. It's going to have a resounding effect for a very long time. And I believe it sets a very dangerous precedence. All people want to do is live their lives and play sports and have fun. And any law that is based on fear is ultimately not one that's going to benefit all of society. So I encourage folks to think really critically about this law. And even if these laws don't affect you personally, it might affect someone that you love. And even if you don't know someone personally who these laws affect, there's still going to be long term ramifications that we're not sure of yet, but we do believe that they're going to be very dangerous.
Daniel?
Yeah, I think you mentioned this is a reminder to all of us that this work continues, that there are leaders out there, elected officials who are doing this for political theater, really. And we know that the majority of Americans do not agree with these bills that are being passed. And it's really important for us, not just this week, but throughout the year, to continue to engage our community so that they know what these elected officials are doing in our state legislature. And I think we have to organize to send them a very clear message that the majority of Americans do not agree with what they're doing.
Yes, advocacy is going to really be a really big touch point at the festival. We had already planned that, and this just mobilizes us all the more.
I mean, the gay and trans movement had a number of victories locally, but also nationally for the past decade. Do you think this actually serves as a good reminder to folks going to Pride this weekend? Hey, there is still work to be done. There's still conversations to be had. There is still progress to be made.
Yes, it's absolutely, unfortunately, a great reminder that we still have a long way to go. We've come a long way, but the battle is not over. The journey is not over. We have a long way to go. And frankly, we can't do this alone. We need folks who are allies to step up and walk beside us and to help us keep doing this work, because the battle is not over. We've still got a long way to go.
As far as this, let me talk about this weekend, because there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of it's celebratory as well. What does this weekend's event mean to you each individually as we get ready to celebrate Pride Weekend?
I can get us started on that.
Yeah, go for it.
For me in particular, this is an opportunity for us to come together to celebrate, but also to be reminded of the work that's ahead and everything that has happened before to get us here as well. And so I'm really looking forward to being able to celebrate with the community. Also, Charlotte Pride for me is an opportunity for folks who are coming from other places where they don't have these kinds of festivals from around the state and from around the region. And it's great to be able to create this opportunity and in this space for community. And we're just really looking forward to having that. And it's just particularly salient this week with what's going on in our state legislature.
Liz?
Yeah, so for me, this festival, it's so much more than just a festival or a party. It really is a time set aside to be really intentional and to, we'll have those advocacy moments and talk about things that we're struggling with, but also to celebrate joy. You know, it's so important to take moments to just be together and to celebrate the things that are wonderful. I think it's really important to have that reminder. And for me, this is the first time that I'm doing behind the scenes of the festival. Last year, I was just an attendee, and getting to see how things are run behind the scenes makes me even more proud to be a part of this community, but to also be a part of Charlotte Pride and to see all the hard work that goes into this, to see the, you know, a vast amount of volunteers and people absolutely dedicated to putting this on. I'm just really, really excited. It's been a long time coming. And I think especially after the unfortunate news we received about the legislature and their decision, it couldn't be more timely, because we all just need to kind of come together and have a moment of joy.
The parade, the big event, is Sunday, often the largest parade here in Charlotte every year. And I think people are often, when you go to the Pride Parade, you're I think most surprised by that diversity, and I mean that in every possible sense of the word. I mean, people from every possible walk of life. You got people like my mother and father-in-law, and you got people from every other community that's there, and I think that's probably what's most shocking to people when they go to their first Pride Parade. What do you guys think? What do you tell people? What should they expect?
We should expect lots of folks out there. We have over 40 floats, 200 entries, and almost 10,000 people that we anticipate marching in the parade itself. Not to mention the thousands that will be there watching the parade. And so we encourage folks to come out to make sure that that they bring sunscreen and water. It's going to be sunny, which is great. But we know it's been hot, so we're really looking forward to having folks come and see the parade and see all of the different organizations and groups that are part of this community, that are supporting this work, that are supporting this community. Yeah, it's going to be a really fun time.
Yeah, sunscreen's a great idea. I've gotten burned at a few Pride parades in the past. Liz, so what's your recommendation to folks?
We have a lot of things in store. We've really, brought it this year. We have a really exciting VIP zone, sponsored by McDonald's. Our main stage, our headliners, Big Frida and Grayson Chance. I'm personally very, very excited to see them both. We've got a really stacked entertainment lineup. We have a youth and family zone. We have Flourish, which is a mini arts activation, a mini arts festival within the larger festival. We've got neighborhood market, sponsored by Arts and Science Council. We've got something for everybody.
And what do you hope that people walk away? Let's say, whether it's somebody who's a member of the LGBTQ community or somebody who's just an ally going for their first time, what do you hope that they walk away thinking and feeling?
Personally, I hope they walk away feeling that, love is love. There's so much, negativity happening in the world, but it's so important to take time to really, remind yourself and remind each other that there is love in the world. There are good people in the world, and the Charlotte Pride Festival and Parade is going to be full of a lot of them.
All right. Liz,
I hope,
Daniel, please go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say, the festival is also an opportunity where all of our organizations that are working to support our community are there. So not only are we hoping that folks come and enjoy the festival and walk away with a sense of community, but also if there are any resources that they need, that they're able to connect with these organizations and are able to follow up with them.
All right, Liz Shobe, Daniel Valdez, thank you both for coming on, and happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
All right, take care. More Flashpoint after this.